lakad matatag!
Normally. Witch Doctor combos and anti-mage hitting the Spectre. Okay, that makes it a way harder Spectre game. I like this last pick. I think Gorilla now actually may have a chance. Provided Gorilla win 2 up. And they are gonna try to set up on the Witch Doctor with a Dispose, and yeah, that's gonna be an easy first blood going the way of Bok. TNC, we did mention them wanting to win 2 out of, because you don't harass him at all, but he doesn't really do much to you either. And at level 6, Queen of Pain gets the Sonic Wave, which allows her to go on a side lane, set up a kill there, which Invoke still needs a few more levels for. Witch Doctor getting ran down once again with that sidekick doing a lot of... Marcy gets turned on with a nice cast bounce and a rotation from 2. Does not have mana to... in terms of not being able to get abilities out all the time. They are gonna try to go for a kill on Ashes. Ashes gets disposed back, does manage to blink himself out, but of way shorter of a range than he would have hoped for. And that will be an important comeback kill for the side of TNC, as they are looking for more with the Haunt in. Spectre about to go for the dive. Nice Spectral Dagger. Have to make sure that Spectre doesn't get fissured off, but will do so. And that is a double kill for Bok. That is the anti-mage dying once, as well as Witch Doctor's game becoming more difficult even. And guess what? Hoodwink, she is not done. She will set up on Dock Grass, making that a 3-4-0 if it's up to TNC. And so far, they are going to start it out as a 3-4-0. Now in comes the anti-mage, but guess what? Nobody has any mana left. You, however, do not have your ultimate yet to punish them for it, and that's going to be anti-mage dying. Now the Queen of Pain finally comes on in to this bottom lane, but guess what? Unleash has still been pressed by the Marcy, and so much freaking damage forces her to commit out that Sonic Wave. PP still in a bunch of trouble, but with a blink, he is going to be fine. That was a mid-rotation. Big engagements. They are going to try to force out a big engagement just here by going on this Hoodwink, but guess what? Out comes the Unleash, out comes the Hoodwink ultimate. They have to throw out everything just to get a kill on the Marcy, and now in from the backlines comes Asta, who will get himself 1 kill and is looking for more onto Guo Guo.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, that's a double kill for Asta. Right on a ward though, does not realize that, and that means Witch Doctor ultimate just gonna fly in his face, and with the Maledict he is gonna be made short work of.
Stick a bone in it. You're done.
Guo Guo enabling his team to make some space for the anti-mage, but anti-mage on the top lane is gonna go down to Marcy, hitting him over and over again with the Unleash. All is saving for that right now. Meanwhile, Witch Doctor gets locked in place, and Queen of Pain may be there, but guess what? In comes Asta. And that was not his Haunt, that was his Aghanim Scepter being revealed. That is a huge item for the Spectre. Amazing amounts of value. Sadly, it's not going to be the Radiance variation of the build, but that also means this Necrophos as well as the support are just going to have so much harder of a time, because they are now going to get Orchided, and in addition to all that cure damage being amplified by the Orchid, I think the Spectre is also the ultimate on the anti-mage, now has to get himself out of there, or does he? Invoker comes on in from behind instead, setting up the cold snap on the anti-mage. Anti-mage gets tied to a tree, and Asta is right in there immediately again. Spectre, holy crap, jumped in and then jumped back out again. And look at this, that triple jump with the Illus there as well, causing their enemies to miss so much. While Asta, of course, taking the hits is something you don't mind. You have Dispersion. The enemies are gonna have to deal with their own damage here. Necrophos, he will at least get 1 return kill out of that from the Reaper side, and 3 people. There is no way you 3 are afraid of diving a solo Necrophos, right? Yeah, he gets caught. He uses himself, Sunstrike slightly off the mark, but with the sharp vision themselves on that smoke. And yeah, as a matter of fact, they don't. They are just blindly looking for this anti-mage, are gonna find a Necrophos instead. But imagine you are gonna go for a 4-man smoke, wanna catch the enemy, and all of a sudden the enemy shows up behind you, takes away your Reaper scythe. And then Bok goes on ham with that Unleash. PP killed off Carlos. Hoodwink in the backlines. It is only a 2-for-1 trade so far. That is something that I don't think Gorilla mind too much, considering how their anti-mage is still farming. Smoke up all around PP. PP the only one not smoked, getting the defensive escort there. Clockwork will do a good job of interrupting the Witch Doctor. And look at that, 2 of them tied to a tree. The Queen of Pain is just gonna get sharp shot down, and now TNC kicking down as well, as he really suffers with his spell damage amplification from Boomerang. 3. Anti-Mage, he doesn't quite dodge the Sharpshooter, is now broken and running for his life. Spectre presses a Haunt to try and secure more there. However, Buck has died over on the top lane fighting with the Invoker. Uh-oh. That is gonna be Anti-Mage, the last hero with potential to still carry this game. Locked in place, silenced up, and killed off. That, of course, is the advantage of the Spectre Orchid. It's not just good against the supports, which is why you kind of build it for most of the time. It also helps you kill off the Anti-Mage. He's only dead for 50 or so seconds, which is ridiculously short of respawn time for carry. However, he and Necrobos are sitting at the bottom of the course, and now Asta, he shadow steps in on the Earthshaker with the silence, is gonna kill him off in no time. Maledicted up as PP with the BKB, zoning 3 people away from the Spectre. In comes the Reaper's Hive, but saved by the Glimmer Cape. Take the fight. They do have the Blink Echo if they want to proc that. Are just gonna keep Buck locked down, and where did Spectre go off to? Oh, Spectre may have caught PP on the bottom lane. Yeah, PP, he dies to his own Blink damage. The fact that he does an AoE while blinking away from somebody's melee range, that AoE got dispersion back to him. Queen of Pain just nuking herself down for the last chip of damage. And Invoker, he blinks on forward, goes for the 2-man meatball plus Deafening Blast combo. And yeah, that is gonna be 3 kills instantaneously happening. They will kill off Carlos Hoodwink with the Anti-Mage on the backlines for that. But Spectre's still alive and kicking. Still frontlining with ease here. TNC still hoping to just find a free initiation this time around. They are gonna try to make that happen with a smoke. Trying to catch out the Anti-Mage, not quite gonna catch him, but they will get themselves a free Dog Rest to start off the fight. And now Queen of Pain gets nuked down as a follow-up as well. Didn't have BKB ready by 5 seconds. And without buyback, that means 5 seconds of remaining BKB cooldown. Because with BKB, that fight could have actually still had potential, I guess. Reaper's Hive was back there again. Sonic Wave was back there again, right? They carry the game. So let me just define it as carry the push instead.
You may now select your heroes.
And it will be a Morphling last pick, as Morphling, provided you get late enough into the game, being in position, it looks like Mavis, he is indeed gonna get first blooded by that stepping out of position happening.
So much blood to come.
It was kind of predictable that this would happen. From the moment that I realized, hey, this Pangolier was gonna be off lane. Rubik, he is gonna kill himself to the tower, knowing full well it's just gonna be a support getting given that gold. And Guo, he gets fire flown down over on the top lane. TNC, they are still getting his skilling. Oh, going for the high 5 just to like set up a combo like that. That's nasty. Come on, Chris. I get you want to try hard here, but there is such a thing as overdoing it. Guys. Asta already starting to hit somewhat hard, but he is nowhere near in a position to go for early fights. Now over on the top lane, Bad Rider with the Molotov is gonna take down the Clockwork, and Lashtrack is getting slowed with a Silencer rotation in, stealing some permanent intelligence from Ashes. Seems like a huge priority here, and that will be a +2 going for Mavis. TNC, they realize, hey guys. Clockwork, locked down, slowed up, silenced. Do they have the damage to kill off Guo? Guo here, Silencer, yes. Really wants that permanent in. 8 points of permanent in, taken away from the enemy as well. TNC. One of the reasons I think the Silencer is such a good pick here is because, yeah, once again, Asta, he just wants space to be made by his team, and Silencer, once he reaches level 6 or reaches critical momentum worth of intelligence stolen, either one is gonna be huge for initiating and setting up fights. Nice mana burn from the Invoker to set things up. Invoker now in a little bit of trouble, but he does have Fairy Fire. Earthshaker trying to help him out. A ward gets placed to make sure they kill Chris, and they will kill Chris in exchange for getting 3-man Echo Slam, but there's no more follow-up damage as Gorilla, they straight up rogue 5 people in there. If you already show your position 1, you want to make it count. And it's kind of sad he didn't get the permanent intelligence there, but guess what? He does have the global silence going on. So if a good reinitiation is found, he can always press R. And doesn't need to do so right now as TNT is just suffering. A nice tornado means Pangolier is just gonna go down, and they even made sure that Silencer is gonna get that kill. Silencer goes down for that. Guo diving. However, he did get the global out, and with that, it's gonna be a 2-for-1 so far. Carlo running for his life, 2-for-2. Okay, that is gonna help even things out a little bit. Invoker just secures himself an Illu rune to Bok. He is gonna start things off. Doesn't quite find an excellent lasso target, but Shadow Fiend, he is still gonna face the damage of the Invoker. Plus the chain side to prevent him from getting an ultimate out. Asta dropping low health, and Rubik managed to steal a lasso. Asta still morphing strafe, but he does not get to press any buttons as he is just gonna fall. So far a 1-for-1, definitely in the favor of Gorilla, who now have 2k gold lead, but Guo does go on down, and so will the Pangolier. Mavis getting himself more and more intelligence going for himself. 16 points of permanent intelligence though. Unsuspecting tier 2 towers. They are going to try to make that tier 2 trade. Morphing is hitting the tower pretty hard with the electricity on him. But now Morphing is going to get hit pretty hard with the Shadow Fiend ultimate and everything. The stun lock is real and he just doesn't get to press any buttons. Now Chris in a lot of trouble too, as he already knows the lockdown that is waiting for him. And yeah, he is just gonna die as his team teleport crashes so hard now. With the position 1 Lashback being there, it means Earthshake could be in a bit of trouble. However, the lasso is gonna be found on the Pangolier. No loading thunder for you, and that means Carlo is gonna survive for a while longer. But Bok, oh, that was too ambitious of TP. He gets hookshot on, still has a bunch of time left on that BKB, but it is not gonna save him. Lashback simply deals too much damage, both physical and magical alike. Be a real baller.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rubik sets up with a nice fissure into hookshot on the Invoker. Invoker running for his life, but Chris not able to get out. No buyback for 50 seconds either. Morph is gonna jump the clockwork, is gonna get that kill. Actually, Mavis is gonna get it, which means he is gonna miss out on 2 more in. Shadow Fiend is just working on your tier 3s though. You have to slow down that push. Will do so with a fissure into Aftershock. But Lashback, he is so freaking tanky. The second he gets... He may look like an easy kill now, but first of all, he has that second life. Now look at the health he is gonna steal when he gets hit the Bat Rider. Okay, Bat Rider dies so quickly, it isn't a good example to show it off. But they know full well you cannot engage. They're gonna 5-man smoke up once again. See if they can't run down a carry to start things off, and then if they do catch a core, oh, that's Bat Rider, yeah. Silencer is just gonna get one shot pretty much. Mavis forced to buy back as his ultimate is still crucial. Bat Rider not gonna... They are gonna get to work on the last tier 3 tower still standing. And a nice lasso to start things off, but they will catch the Lashback with that. Meaning, if they get the kill, he is not gonna have second life. 95 seconds that Lashback. Now they only need to keep this Morphling alive, which is gonna be hard thanks to a beautiful lasso. And nope, it's gonna be Morphling traded for Lash. If they could have found this fight when the first lane of Rex was being pushed down, it would have been so good for TNC. But there they didn't have the Skadi to work with yet. And that lack of Skadi is gonna punish them now. Because yeah, you can see the near infinite sustain on anyone but the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend still has that Aegis, so he is not gonna get healed up by his team. As instead it will be Mega Creeps. And with that, TNC finally realize, good game well played indeed. Because yeah, you're not gonna expect from your position 1 to solo carry against 25k gold lead. They already held on, hoping for the morph to still... Happy I don't have any money riding on this game. Ooh, I'm really happy I don't have any money on this game, oh god. Yeah, I kinda saw that coming when I said like, oh yeah, Viper picks less than he needs. Crystal Maiden still trying to get there with the right click, knowing full well that... Ooh, Snapfire. She went through here, and Crystal Maiden decided to just YOLO it for that. It's gonna... High skill Dota coming in on this bottom lane still means that Ashes gets the first kill for the side of Gorilla going, and now on top lane, TNT, guess what? It is nighttime. Perfectly fine, meaning nobody's really worried about that. PP, he has to juke, but having to juke the Rolling Thunder means, guess what? You're still gonna get stunned. His stun is gonna get dodged as Chris And with the wands, or with the stick, max stick, he is gonna be able to get that ultimate proc off. Rubik is now gonna be in a bit of trouble as the Rolling Thunder is gonna zone the rest of the team away from him, but the swashbuckle does not connect, and instead that means Carlo is gonna die, as will Bok. TNC, very pleased. TNC, meanwhile, they will catch themselves out Night Stalker, and with that apparition ultimate, just as it gets daytime, Night Stalker makes for an easy kill. However, maybe not that easy, as they will get one return kill on the super squishy Ancient Apparition for it. A support for core is still a good trade, and it is a great farming item. But I think you only pick up the Mask of Madness if you plan to get an early chrono kill on the Faceless Void. Rubik, he is gonna get pulverized straight into the Ancient Apparition. And yeah, with that cold feet proccing, he is still gonna go down. Carlo, no way he can out until his team is there, and there is the backup arriving. A nice follow-up stun though, coming in from the Pangolier from the sideline. So it will be a trade. Bok for the Rubik to start things off. Mavis is gonna die to the Lashrack stun, and PP getting cookied out of there. Still kiting around Asta. Asta, you have to commit a Chronosphere here, friend. And he will gladly do so, because PP already on a mega kill streak is gonna be worth it. It will be a repeat from the previous game. Dogcrest will find a lift on the Crystal Maiden, but there is the Primal Beast and there is the Ancient Apparition ultimate. So once again, it is gonna be a core for support trade. And I mean, as long as Carlo is reliably able to set up kills for his team, they do not mind the Crystal Maiden kind of chain feeding, because that is just what Crystal Maiden does, right? But if for every death you have a kill or an assist, you do not mind in the slides, especially if those kills or assists are mostly on core heroes. Now speaking of core heroes, Night Stalker, he gets pulverized, he gets cold feeded, and that means PP could now be in a bunch of trouble. If the slash goes down again, it would be so much gold swinging back around. With the cold feed still looking rough, yeah. He's just dead, that's a double kill. For Chris. Pangolier, he gets the dip. Chris, he is gonna get chopped down as well. It's gonna go for Rolling Thunder in on the Wraith King. Rubik, he goes on down. And Wraith King will die for that one. This time around, no ultimate even available to have mana for. TNC, they win another fight, and just in the nick of time, as that gold lead, it was looking scary for Gorilla. Rubik goes on down, and now TNT is being pursued with that unhindered movement. He does have an easy time kiting them around for a second, which means everybody else from Gorilla can back themselves off, but that is a core die, right? It adds damage to the Void in the sense that it allows you to get your damage in. Now on the mid lane, Rubik has to flee himself away, going for a nice swashbuckle, and Separation ultimate isn't gonna catch him. The swashbuckle from the Pangolier will. Pangolier now getting ran down by the Night Stalker, but guess what? He would love the cold feet proc there on TNT. TNT is gonna be able to get himself out, but only because Guo went in sacrificing himself, and now Ashes has an ultimate up, so with that slow they have to try it and turn this around. Now TNT, he's gonna jump in and is immediately gonna regret that Asa is just too fat and a two-man swashbuckle. TNC now have that 3k gold lead going on for them. So for more, doesn't quite want to, considering the lack of vision and Wraith King coming in, but now with that BKB reveal on the Primal Beast, they are finally gonna go for it, and guess what? No ultimate for the Wraith King means he is gonna die again, and PP is gonna be in a lot of trouble too. The Pangoliers match for them as well. Two-man Chronosphere comes on out, make it look even cleaner for TNC, and there is the first good freezing field. Do try interrupting Chris now, Carlo now. Test Chris, as you know, Pangolier just doing an excellent job of keeping the Crystal Maiden safe, and Carlo, I doubted the Crystal Maiden, and I think they are gonna be reasonably certain of where TNC is positioned. Can they get a good jump at the backlines? They're gonna try starting things off on the Primal Beast. That is not the backlines, on the contrary, he is gonna turn around, grab the Night Stalk, pulverize him, trample him over, and down he goes. Now another perfect two-man swashbuckle. Pangolier just keeps finding them. In comes Asta for the chase, really happy that with this -3 Void build, he is able to commit fights with his team. Must be careful not to die to the Lashrack, but instead of cheesy time walk, he's gonna press the BKB right off the bat and says, PP, you're just gonna die, we're gonna make this full team wipe. And yeah, GG gets called as Gorilla, they start to realize, hey crap guys, we may have gotten ourselves kind of outdrafted. I did say Gorilla's entire game plan
Right. Trinkets.